What's going on, fellas? I got a new haircut. What do you guys think? You know, as men, we have this superpower. One of our superpowers that we have is the ability to have long-term vision, the ability to think outside the box. I talked about this in one of my videos where I titled "Only Men Have Superpowers." And it's so sad to see that how many guys don't utilize this power. You know, there's often times in our life where we are stuck or trapped in a situation. But are we really? One of the greatest things that a man can do is create and carve his own path. And you cannot do that if you're afraid to walk away. Whatever situation that you are in, you have to tell yourself almost every single day, at least remind yourself almost every single day, no matter how good or bad this situation gets that I'm in, I cannot afford to keep more and more time into this if it gets to the point where I need to walk away from it. Because I've mentioned this in numerous amount of videos of mine, that time is the biggest asset that every single one of us have. No amount of money can buy you time. No amount of knowledge can get you more time. No amount of smarts can keep more time in your pocket. It's gonna run out. It never stops for anybody or for anything. It keeps going. So you have to get along with it and go along with it. But if you are stuck, if you put yourself in a situation where you feel like you're stuck, you have to think outside the box now, guys. Even if you have a child in a family with a woman, and you know that relationship with the woman is very toxic, and you're not really wearing the pants in the relationship. She is. You're being manipulated, controlled. You're doing everything she's asking you to do. Even at that situation, and it's your kid, you cannot think about leaving this kid. Even at that position, you have to walk away. Even let's say you are a multi-millionaire, but you are a slave for somebody, and it's starting to get to you. The business relationship that you have with your businessmen, other businessmen or businesswomen, are starting to become toxic. The situation that you're living in, or the work that you're doing to get all this money, is starting to become toxic to you. You have to be able to drop everything that you have, all the millions, all the nice cars, all the fine honeys that come with the mansions and the cars. You have to drop all of that at a drop of a dime and walk away. If the situation you're in is toxic. Let's say you are at a job and you hate your life going to this job every single day. Why you keep going to it? You see, guys, most of us are slave to money. When we really don't, and what we really don't think twice about is we're not really, we cannot really afford to be the slave of money, because we are already a slave of something else. Every single one of us is a slave of something else. What do you think that is? It's time. So we are already time's slave. You know, as we age, our body starts to change. Our skin starts to sag. It takes us longer time to recover from a workout. We can't really perform physically as much as we were in the bedroom, as much as we were used to, and as much as we were able to when we were in our early 20s or late teens, versus when we're in our 30s or 40s. So we're already time slave. Time is already our master that we have to bow down to. And most people just don't understand this. So they're, on top of that, they're putting themselves now in another slave master's cave, which is money. I don't give a rat's butt if you are making $1 an hour, $10 an hour, $100 an hour or even $1,000 an hour. It's still a job. You're still somebody else's slave. So if you go into your occupation, into your career field, thinking that it has a lot of money, that's what I'm getting into, that's the wrong mindset to go into. And I had that mindset growing up because I came from nothing. So I had to make sure that I have my finances in order. But now that I am making money and I'm seeing that what is costing me to make all this, I'm starting to rethink. And I have rethought it for the past 2 years and made another path out of myself that I'm making myself go into. I started thinking outside the box in the last 2 years and expanding my mind. So I started watching more videos, listening to more podcasts, researching more on business and investment ideas. Guys, unless you don't have your own business, you're never going to utilize time well. You're always going to live paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. This lifestyle is of living a luxury lifestyle, living in a nice apartment, nice house, driving nice cars, but in the exchange of your time is not the right mindset to have, fellas. You're doing it wrong. You can get all this if you're not having to pay for time anymore. This $1,000 an hour that you're getting paid for, that's getting paid for your time. What you want to get paid for is your work. That's the type of job you want to look for. When you are afraid to walk away from a situation, people know that they have something over your head, and they're going to hold that against you. We see that in relationships all the time. That's why I tell you guys not to let your secrets know to women. When they know your secrets and they know what you're vulnerable about, they're always going to bring that crap up later down the road when you're fighting with her just to win the fight. That's how petty women are. And that's feminine energy. So I highly recommend to all of you guys out there who's watching this, or gals, but mostly guys, is if you are fighting with somebody verbally, don't do this. If you know their secrets, do not bring that crap against them. That's feminine energy. That's what chicks do. And she's going to do it because she knows she's physically weaker than you. So she needs to use her words right to break you down mentally. Because she's smart enough to know it all starts up here, but you aren't. You think having a six pack, being able to bench press 300 pounds, being able to squat 400 pounds and deadlift 600 pounds, and having a six-figure income or seven-figure income and driving around in a Audi R8 and living in a, I don't know, 4,000 square feet mansion makes you the man. No, it doesn't. It starts up here. This has to be in the right state of mind for everything else to fall into place, for you to become a real man. And I strongly believe that being able to walk away is probably the most manly behavior you can have. It's probably the manliest characteristic. It's the most alpha characteristic, the most badass of the badass characteristic you can have in your personality, is to be able to walk away and tell yourself, you know what, whatever situation I was in was giving me some benefits. It had some pros, but it also had some cons. And I'm going to be okay if I just walk away from this, because I'll find something else. I'll find something better. I'll do and make something better. You're not going to be able to stop me. You're not going to be able to control me just because you give me a paycheck, just because you give me steady sex. Sex and money. That's really the two biggest motivators guys have, right? And those are the two things guys are being controlled by. You know, you go to the club, you see so many thirsty guys just buying women drinks and doing this and doing that and trying to say the right things and do the right things. It's because they're controlled by sex. They're controlled by these women. And they don't even know this woman's last name. That's how sad and pathetic you all look when you're thirsting over these chicks. What has she done for you so far? Nothing. And you're already trying to break your bread on her. You're already trying to bow down to her. Go over to her vicinity and try to say the right things and make it seem like you're the cool alpha dude who has game. That's not having game, fellas. That's just you trying hard. You're a try hard at this point. You know the guys I'm talking about, and you know who you are if you're one of those. We always enter pretty much every situation in our life with the wrong mindset, either to make money or to get laid. Or both. Both of those are good motivators to do whatever we're doing in our life. Right? And don't get me wrong, that's actually pretty good motivation to have to start out with. But you have to understand that what's at stake. It's your time. What's the most valuable thing you're giving up to get both of these things is your time. This is why entrepreneurship requires so much thinking outside the box. And this is why entrepreneurs work so much more than your regular 9 to 5 job guys when they're starting their business out. Because they know that this is going to require a whole lot of work now for a whole lot of not work later down the road, for a whole lot of relaxing time later down the road, for a whole lot of just chilling and telling people to F off because you make your own money later down the road. That's why they do it. But most of us don't even have that patience, guys. Our attention span and our is literally as long as probably the length of a mosquito. That's how small our attention span is. Every one of us just want a instant gratification. Now you might say, "No, Zeke, I don't want instant gratification. I want to go to college. I want to get this great job. Sorry, I want to get this great degree, and then I want to go to a job and make decent money." That's still instant gratification because you're taking the easy way out. You're taking a way out that's already been carved out. It's safe. It's not as dangerous. You just gotta pass your classes and somebody will hire you. Why don't you become the boss of the place that you're being hired at? Why don't you open that place like that so you can hire people now? How about thinking like that? Yeah, sure, you can start off at a 9 to 5 job, just to get the experience or get some money saved up, and then why don't you start something on your own? I talked to one of my best friends. This guy's probably the best friend of mine. Like him and I slept in the same bed together. That's how close we are. We're literally just like brothers from another mothers. That's how we are, very very close. Like the things that him and I have been through, it's unimaginable. That's how close we are. Like I would literally die for this guy, and I know he would do the same for me. He's in the Marines right now. And it's sad to see that how much different our mindsets have become from back when we were in high school together. We played football together. That's how we met. Like him and I used to be the exact same person, but now we do a lot of the things alike, but our mindset has completely shifted and changed. He is still big into only caring about partying, getting laid, and living the fast life. While me, I'm also into that, but I need to know that I need to build something first. While I have the time in my early 20s, while I have the motivation, the drive, the testosterone now, so that I can enjoy all that fast life, big lifestyle, luxury lifestyle later down the road. While he's trying to live just paycheck to paycheck. I talked to him last night. He told me that he's getting a new job offer, and I'm not going to mention what job, but I didn't really like that job offer that he mentioned because he was originally supposed to be something else, and I was really supportive of that. But then he told me about this one, and I said, "Dude, why?" And he said, "It's so much money, dude. This job has the potential to make it into $500,000 a year." And I told him, like, dude, Why don't you start something of your own? You're still working for somebody else. I told him the exact same thing I said here is that why don't you just, like, regardless of how much money you make an hour, you're still working for somebody else. So why don't you open something of your own? And he just gave me that regular, usual BS bullcrap that every guy gives. That I don't need to make something. I don't need to invest, dude. It's a lot of money. $100,000 a year is enough. Yeah, it's enough, sure. But if you're making, it's enough. But how are you getting this money? That's the question you need to ask yourself. How am I getting this? It's enough. It's a lot of money. In exchange of what? If you're a stripper and you make $100,000 a year, I got no respect for you. You literally took the easy way out. Yeah, if you're a girl and you're a stripper, that's what I'm talking about. You literally took the easy way out because all your looks were given to you. You didn't work hard for your looks. And you just learned how to dance on the pole. That's it. Which doesn't take 4 or 5 years to learn. Fellas, even if you are, as I mentioned earlier, even if you have a kid with a woman, and I know that it's bad for the kid, for parents to split up, but you have to understand is that there's a better chance later down the road for you to let that kid know why you left that relationship, for you to be an example for that kid to use in his life or her life, that yes, I walked away from your mother and you because I had to, because that relationship was bringing me down. And as a man, if you have a boy, as a man, you need to be able to walk away from whatever it is that you are going through, whatever hardship that you're going through, and you know it's not worth being in there anymore. Your kid needs to learn that. That's gonna make him a better man as well. So don't just think about your own self. See, one of my biggest goal about this channel that I'm building, these videos that I'm making, that even if I don't get anywhere with this, no views, no subscribers, nothing, but I have contents like 500, 600, 700 videos on my channel. I know that someday if I have kids and I'm not here anymore on this planet to guide them through life anymore, they can come watch these videos. And hopefully they'll learn something from it. Guys, I have never been the second person to walk away from something that was not going in my favor. I've always been the first. This job that I had, just to share you guys a little bit of history. This job that I had, I cared a whole lot about this job, and I was doing a lot. I was doing so much for this job, but this job was kind of treating me like crap. And finally, recently, I said, you know what? I think it's time for me to move on. That's exactly what I told my boss, and he said, okay, I understand. And I left, and I have not been happier than that. Obviously, I have other sources of income. That's why I left this one source. Don't be stupid and just leave without not having anything else going on for yourself on the side. Same thing with girls, guys. I mean, last 2 weeks ago, I dropped 2 girls from my rotation. Both of them gave me amazing sex. And both of them, like, I really enjoyed spending time with both of them. But one of them was really hardcore pushing me for a relationship, and I was not having that. Like, every single time we had to talk about why I'm not dating her and when we're gonna date and what are we and where is this going, and it just tired. It just got tiring. And the second one, she kind of was like, I don't believe with your views, how you look at women, how you think about women and relationship. And she started cussing me out, and I was like, you're not gonna disrespect me like that. That's fine. We don't have to work out. Bye. Funny, five minutes later, she texts me. She goes, thank you for at least being kind and respectful to me and not cursing me out, this and that. But I just don't think I can have somebody as toxic like you as somebody as toxic as you in my life. So best of luck. I didn't even respond to that. I just deleted the text thread. I deleted her number. I didn't even have her number, Snapchat, Instagram, nothing. I deleted everything. I don't care. I mean, yeah, it sucked. It really sucked to let her go, but I had to. I had to be done. Fellas, never be afraid to walk away, okay? Never. Even from your family. I know a lot of you guys have toxic family members. And they might pull this card on you. We're blood, we're family. I cannot believe you do something like this. You have to if you want to grow. You have one life. I keep telling you guys that you only have one life at this, one shot, one swing at this life. Either you strike out or you hit a home run or you just manage to get to the first base somehow. And then manage to get to the second base somehow. And then maybe get to the third base and hopefully maybe you hope for coming to the home base, coming to home run. You live your life step by step by step with fear. Or you just completely strike out. Or you grab your nuts, you take your nuts by your hand and tell yourself that I'm gonna make things happen in my life. And if you're afraid of walking away from anything or anyone, that's never gonna happen. You're living in fear. That's not living. That's going with the flow. That's being dead and going with the flow. So even with family members, you need to cut that crap out. You need to say, you know what, this is not going to work out. I mean, I wish the best luck for you. And you don't even have to say all of this, okay? Because if you just move away from them, you live on your own, do your own thing, and barely come to see them or never come to see them, they'll take the hint. And if they ask you, just say, hey, you know what, I'm really busy. You know what, this and that. You don't have to burn any bridges, but you need to walk away. You're arguing with someone and you know that there's no point arguing with this individual. Guys, I don't understand why you guys go argue with women or guys or white knights and beta orbiters. Like, what are you accomplishing out of this? What are you getting out of this? Are they paying your bills? Are they sucking you off dry? Are they cooking and cleaning for you? Then why are you arguing with this person? You're wasting your time. Walk away. Yeah, they might say something. They might say, oh, you're a coward, you're a P, this and that. But and they're doing it just so you feel some kind of way. It's a shaming language. So you invest more of your time and your negative energy into this. And that's how they know if they have made you angry that they have won. Don't even give them that. Silence is the best treatment. Guys, I hope this video made sense. Like, comment, subscribe, share this video to your friends. Until next time, stay blessed, stay beautiful, and above all, stay classy.